Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to another episode at the Web Studio TV. My name is Rafiq and with me today is Mr. Abdul Rafiq, who is the director at Inspirate and also a member at the Open Silicon Valley. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good, sir. So could you just tell our audience briefly about what you do with Open Silicon Valley?
Well, for starters, first thank you for having me here. I'm from Open Silicon Valley. I represent Open as currently the VP for Outreach and Affiliate Partnerships, and I've been at Open for the last 8 years, since 2005, and held many roles from marketing, logistics, chair mover. We've done it all.
Family work, family business, I'm assuming.
At Open.
At Open, yeah. So okay.
And so essentially, Open stands for the Organization of Pakistani Entrepreneurs in North America, Silicon Valley chapter, and the goal at Open is to foster entrepreneurship and also intrapreneurship within the Pakistani American community, and in our case specifically Silicon Valley.
Right. So sir, every year you have Open Forum. What's happening this year with Open Forum 2012?
Well, this year we have, as many, I'm sure many of you are waiting for it. On June 2nd, we have our Open Forum 2012 coming up, and it's Saturday, June 2nd in Silicon Valley, that's Mountain View, California, and we already have a wonderful plan in the works. And I'll say one thing. We have one panelist from Pakistan coming. He's the CEO of Engo.
So who else is on board for this event?
Well, we have several. Since we are still in initial planning stages, we've got a number of possible speakers, and we'll roll that out as it gets announced.
Right, right.
We can't really announce that anything that's not confirmed yet.
Sahi. Sir, what's your expectations from Open Karachi, and what have they been up to?
Actually, I had a good privilege to attend the Open Karachi launch event, the second launch event at the Iqra University, and it was very impressive. This was the one with the MIT Enterprise Forum, where they had Professor Ken Morse attend. It was very well done, very impressive setup. And I think there's a lot of great scope for Open Karachi here.
Right.
In fact, I was, as a sideline, I was talking to a few people from the Open Karachi board, and they were trying to find out how they can, launch the chapter and learn from other chapters. And one thing I highlighted is that you need to make sure you engage the community. And it's good to have events, but how do you engage the attendees post-event? And the one case we have in Silicon Valley was mentorship. You engage community or the attendees through an active one-on-one or smaller group mentoring sessions.
Right, which is actually very good, because that is what usually people complain after an event, that when they go to some events, there is no post-event follow-up with them. And they can just take out information from the event when they attend, but nothing happens after that. They just, it's like all gone in the air. There is nothing happening after that.
That's a lot of attendees say that. We receive that complaint, but the response that one is understanding, this is a platform.
Right.
Open, or there are many platforms around the world like Open, and Open is one platform we have. The platform is as good as the attendees' participation. So, yes, attend events, but don't attend as a passive attendee. You need to make that platform work for you also.
Right.
So, post-event, try to get in touch with people you met. Try to interact with the speakers post-event. Make it a point to keep up with the attendees, the people you met.
Yeah, which is actually very true. Sir, what do you think are the 3 key areas that Pakistanis in the USA can do to help the IT and the business in Pakistan? I know it's a very controversial topic, but if you could just tell us briefly about it, and what's your opinion in 3 key areas?
Well, one key area which this is a little controversial, but I think the expat community, mainly the US or Silicon Valley Pakistanis, we tend not to realize the importance the Silicon Valley Pakistani diaspora can play in policy making in Pakistan at the high level IT and the governmental agency level. Just the fact you say open or open Silicon Valley or just Silicon Valley, it has a lot of pull and influence because you are coming from the technology center of essentially the world.
Yeah.
But I think that tends to get downplayed, and perhaps one doesn't realize that influence is there. You should use that for the benefit of the local community and building a local entrepreneurial ecosystem, while at the same time encouraging greater cross-border collaboration.
Right. So anything else from top of your mind, in, like, since I said 3 key areas, anything else, how can Pakistanis there help us?
Well, definitely through increased partnership and collaboration between Pakistan and abroad, expat Europe.
Right.
And by partnership, I mean level partnership versus getting services done, because that's a very common thing. It's done all across the world. People get work done from India, Bangladesh, but we need to have one more level partnership there. Because that is what will grow the local entrepreneurial environment.
So how do you think in that partnership grow? By giving more people chance here to be entrepreneurs, so that maybe there could be more people who could be venture capitalists over here and give assistance to people who want to start their own business, because obviously we know that the market these days is very tight. We know that there's a lot of recession. I mean, we've overcome recession by now, but there's still the side effects of it. Just like there's a tremor after an earthquake. It's just like that now. So how do you think can people start their own business? And they need some incentive for doing it. It's just not a passion anymore. It is a business that we're talking about. So is there any way that people living in Pakistan, people living outside Pakistan, can help the Pakistanis here to start their own business?
Firstly, let's take a step back. To start a business, yes, business, ultimately you are a lot of people, let's cut to the chase. You want to make it to earn a living, make money and all that. But how do you start doing business? You start. You
need some initial funding or something, and you need an idea.
You need an idea, and that idea you have to be passionate about your idea. Because if you start a business, then that is your life for the next couple of years or more. That is your life.
True.
And until you don't break even or earn a substantial profit, you have to be willing to bear that time. So firstly, you have to find the idea, have the passion to back it up 100%. No matter what it takes, you'll work on it. When you have that down or in stone, then mentors and possibly investment, VC funding will all attract yourself to it.
Right.
Just first get your idea down in stone, be passionate about it, and talk about it. Right. Don't be afraid to, share your idea with essentially everyone. And that's one thing in Pakistan which is lacking. There's a fear of sharing ideas. Because the fear is that if I tell somebody else, they'll go do it, they'll steal my idea. So let them steal it. They might do your idea, but only you know how. Only your idea. You know how your idea will go if you have a certain idea which that other person can't back up. You have the passion, and you have a certain methodology you want to approach it with somebody else may not. Any
parting words that you have, and any message that you have for people here for or to participate in Open Silicon Valley, or any message that you want to give?
Well, firstly, the first message I would say is if you seriously want to venture out into your own business or your own venture, then now is the time, and Pakistan definitely is ripe for a varied number of entrepreneurial opportunities. I think the stage is set in Pakistan, and the culture is, the ecosystem is there, the opportunities are here more than anywhere else in the world. There's a dime and dozen things possible ventures somebody can do here.
Right.
Yes, it may not be easy initially, finding funding, setting up your company, all that, but that's all that's logistics.
Right.
Just find an idea and just do it, because this is a time to grow and build various companies, ventures over here. Pakistan is ripe for it now.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, sir. It was a pleasure having you at the Web Studio.